Now, before we get in and start to write our own VBA code for this next project, we're going to start out creating code by using the macro recorder. So open in front of you, I've got the example file that we're going to be using through this project. It's called cleaningupdata.xlsx. It's an Excel document. Now, within this document, I've got 4 worksheets here, east, west, north, and south records. I've also got this one here. Now, ultimately, we want to be able to create a little bit of snippet of a code that will format this data. It'll add a new row at the top, add the headers, region, category, January, February, March, total, add all the headers, format them, and do whatever else we're going to do to this data. I want to accomplish all of that right here. Now, I don't want to record myself doing this on one of the actual sets of data. Think about macros. When you run a macro, you can't undo. You can't use the undo feature. So what I like to do is I'm not going to record myself creating a procedure, creating some automation on the actual data. What I'll typically do is I will create a copy of a worksheet and I'll use that as I record, as I test my code, as I run my procedures. I'll do it on the test data. I won't do it on the actual data. Okay? Make sense? Can't undo it. You just can't undo it. So another thing I'm going to suggest to you, and I may have mentioned this earlier, before you run a macro, because you can't undo it, make sure you create your macro, get that all done, and then you save the document, save it, and then you open it up and you run the macro. This way, if something goes wrong, you go back to the saved document. Okay? Close the document. Oops, that didn't go the way I wanted it to. Close it out, reopen it. Now you're back to scratch again. You still got your code because you saved that. Then you can jump in there, make edits to it, do whatever you need to. But moral of the story, you can't undo macros. So create a copy. That's what I'm going to do here. I just created a copy of a worksheet. I called it recording. This is the one I'm going to test stuff on and so on. And then I've got my actual data sitting there next door to it. All right, so if you haven't done it already, make sure you download the document cleaningupdata.xlsx. It's right here with this lecture. Open it up, and in the next lecture, we're going to start our first steps, and we're going to record ourselves doing a little bit of cleanup here. And then we'll jump in, we'll modify the code, and we'll start to add a little bit more automation to the process.